The following is a production of Learfield Sports.
The Badgers put the wraps on the regular season with a Sunday matchup at Penn State. Back-to-back roadies to wrap up the Big Ten Conference season for Bo Ryan's team. Thursday night matchup at Michigan State, and of course the Sunday game with the Nittany Lions. We'll talk about the week with the Badgers head coach. I'm also here from another one of the seniors, Jared Berggren, on his career as a Badger, which of course he hopes has several games remaining. All that and more coming up on the Badger Sports Report.
Got Bruzewicz right sideline of the forecourt, throwing to Evans between the circles. Hale defending. Now Berggren, open three, left side, drained it. Jared Berggren gives Wisconsin a 7-2 lead. Deep around a Berggren screen, throwing to Evans left of the wheel. Travis Carroll is on him. Now Ben Brust on the dribble to the top of the circle. He'll snap off a three straight on, got it. Ben Brust for three, 14-11 Wisconsin. There's Bruzewicz between the circles. A bounce for Kaminsky high on the right. Hands off to Decker. The left-hand dribble, top of the circle. Snaps off a three and banks it in. Sam Decker goes off the glass, shrugs his shoulders, says, I'll take it. Trey Jackson outside right. Rayfeld Davis defends, finds Decker off the curl. Right lane line, pushed it up, right hand, good off the board. Decker with 5. 19-15 Wisconsin. 11:06 left in the half. Here comes Trayvon Jackson for Wisconsin. Going to Evans, left of the circle. Looking inside, a lob. Berggren, he'll catch and finish. Berggren throws it down. It's Ryan Evans. Jerome Johnson off the hand of screen. Again, penetrates in the lane. Up. And that was altered at least by Berggren, if not blocked. Pulled down by Ryan Evans. Evans with a bounce for Brust. Open three. Right side. Around and out. No good. Rebound. Decker trying to keep it alive. He does. He lays it in. Sam Decker with the putback. 54-49 Purdue. The lead down to 5 for the Boilers. 8:30 to play. Down the lane. Right hand. Slam dunk. Sam Decker, wide open three, left wing splash, jumper away, left side, got it, to the rim, slam dunk. Rotates for Marshall, three ball right pocket, got it, he's it for Berggren, down the lane, two-hand throw down for Berggren. Losing the three straight on, and straight in. Rise baseline to the rim on the reverse, it's good. That's still the roll.
The Badger Sports Report with Bo Ryan is brought to you by Zimbrick Buick GMC, Coca-Cola, Charter Communications, the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board, Adidas, and UW Health, a cornerstone partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
We are pioneers, pathfinders, trailblazers. Every day we explore the biological frontier in search of a cure for cancer, inventing treatments, establishing protocols, bettering humankind. We are the world-class physicians, researchers, and healthcare professionals at the University of Wisconsin Carbone Cancer Center, Wisconsin's only NCI-designated comprehensive cancer center. UW Health. Remarkable.
I know something about winning championships, and at Zimbrick Buick and GMC, you have one. Zimbrick Buick's tradition of customer care dates back to 1965.
And Zimbrick continues to provide each of our customers with high-quality personal service you can rely on.
I'm part of the Zimbrick Buick and GMC team, and you should be too.
What light does gets in your head. You can't avoid it. You can't escape it. Because what light does weighs on you. Do what light does in the 7.9-ounce Audi 05 Star.
Whether you're out there training for a big event or you're just trying to stay in shape, I have a bit of advice. It's important to remember that what happens after the workout is just as important as what happens during the workout. My advice? Be sure to refuel with low-fat chocolate milk. It has the perfect mixture of protein, carbs, and electrolytes to help you refuel, rehydrate, and build muscle. In Wisconsin, athletes win with low-fat chocolate milk. And you can too. To learn more, visit winwithchocolatemilk.com.
Big Ten regular season wraps up on Sunday. The Badgers playing Penn State in State College, an 11 a.m. tip-off. And this final week of the regular season presents a couple of challenges, not just the 2 road games, but the quick turn, a Thursday game that got the Badgers back home, actually Friday morning, conservatively, I'll say 2 a.m., may have been a little bit later, and then practice floor Friday, back on a plane Saturday. It's a heck of a challenge. I mean, it's the Big Ten. It's always a challenge, but boy, to get games 17 and 18, that quick flip, that's a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah, especially 2 in a row on the road at the end. You know, that was we knew that was on the schedule, though, when it started. You end up getting it back maybe somewhere earlier in the year, and somebody else had to do kind of the quick turnaround. So it ends up, if you really look at the scheduling over a long period of time, it tends to be fair. But when you're going through it, sometimes it's a grind. And hey, these guys are young. They can. I just hope my knees on the sideline hold up.
Can you hang in there?
People always ask me how I do that, but no, our guys. You know, it's all about the preparation mentally as well as physically. And you know, you got to forget in basketball. You got to have a short memory if you're not hitting, if you're not making shots, and players have to be able to believe that their next one's going in. So that's the biggest thing right now for us heading into the final stretch.
Coming off the game against Michigan State, it's a team, you talk about teams with length and bounce, and maybe not maybe, but definitely with Michigan State, you throw strength in there too. And yet it's 22-18. You're only down 4. Yeah. You went through a cold spell, and then they hit a shot at the end of the half. But your guys were fighting through some stuff to at least give themselves a chance there for a good chunk of the game.
No question about some of the fight. I mean, the execution. By far, Michigan State's got the best athletes in the league. I mean, and as far as depth with size, so they can wear at you a little bit. So that was part of it. I tried to shuffle some bodies in and out of there to try to keep guys sharp, but that's a pretty good team. And you know, they lost a couple close ones, and they hit a rough stretch, and now they had I think one more with Northwestern, and then into the Big Ten tournament. So you know, everybody has their own set of challenges, but Michigan State is a much better team than I think people realize, and by far I think they have the best athletes.
It didn't go the way you would have wanted, obviously. That's the Captain Obvious statement for today's show against Michigan State. But with 4 games left in the season, you guys are still mathematically in this thing to get a share of the title. And considering what the injuries and everything that your guys dealt with, I mean, there's clips you move on, you worry about next, but I think that says a couple things about your team, about what it's been able to do to this point.
It says a lot about the team. And also it says a lot about the pettiness of some of the minds of people who do not understand that how the scheduling works sometimes, how where the teams fall that you play, and how good some of these teams are. You know, the biggest thing for me is if somebody would have told me that with a week to go, that we were still in the mix. You know, I don't know how many people would have bought into that, but there we were, knowing that kind of the cards were stacked somewhat against us. We needed to take care of course, Purdue, but Purdue, being the young team they were earlier, is playing so much better. And you know, we go into a slump, and I look back at some of these other teams and look at the slumps every one of these teams went through that are right in there in the mix with us. So our timing was bad. You know, picking towards the end of the season here to go a little cold, but the energy's still there. The guys are working at it, and you know, there's still basketball to be played.
Boy, and speaking of energy, Penn State is showing energy here. It's knocking down some shots, 1-2 out of its last 3. I mean, the seeding for the rest of the league, or much of the league, is still to be determined. We know where Penn State's going to be seeded in the conference tournament, but you look at them right now, and there's another reason why you don't pay attention to records when you're scouting an opponent the way they're playing.
Oh, yeah, and plus they've got players that are now really comfortable with what they're doing, and you know, they've got a couple guys that have gone cold and cost them in stretches during their season, and now those guys are hot. Well, to take people out of being hot, you got to try to put them in uncomfortable positions, when you're on defense, and try to make them have to maybe force a few, get a little uncomfortable. And they're trying to do the same to us. So And Penn State's played everybody really tough there, and especially lately, and they knock off of Michigan, who was at one time ranked #1 in the country. So, but that's the Big Ten. It's tough winning on the road. Yeah. It's tough enough at home. But Penn State will be a heck of a battle for us.
About a minute left in this segment, and in the midst of all of this into the regular season, conference tournament play, obviously, and the NCAA is coming up. Never too early to start thinking about the basketball camps, UW basketball camps coming up in the month of June. And from advanced instruction, father-son camps, it's a lot of activity going on in this building in the month of June, right?
Yeah, but it's a lot of kids with smiles on their faces and competitive juices flowing and eager to learn. And it's kind of neat. Of course, I was talking about the players there. Now, when the dads come, they're trying to get through the couple days without injuries. They're trying to avoid the Achilles problems, the knee problems, and so on. But yeah, camps are a lot of fun. The kids come in here, you know, and just work so hard, and they kind of really invigorate the coaching staff, including myself. And it's like being a kid again. Yeah, I can still remember going to basketball camp in 1964. Yeah, that was a while ago, Matt. You don't have to mention that, but what an experience. No, I'll still never forget it.
Yeah, it's a great time for all, and for information and registration and everything you need to know about the camps. Very simple website, uwcamps.com. Get all your information on the Wisconsin basketball camps coming up in the month of June. Coach Ryan rejoins us in a few minutes with a great day and great question of the week. All that and more as the Badger Sports Report continues.
Where others saw lumber, we recognized a treasure. Where others saw the night, we chose the stars. Where others saw pieces, we unlocked the puzzle that could mean the end of paralysis and cancer. Since 1848, thinkers and achievers at Wisconsin have fearlessly sought ideas that transform the world. Keep on, Wisconsin. Keep on.
Think About It, brought to you by Charter Communications.
In terms of just like jumping ability and athletic wise, I think Sam Decker might be the best. I mean, for a skinny white kid, he definitely can get up, and he's just smooth and he's light on his feet. I think he's definitely the best athlete.
I think the best athlete on the team would be Sam Decker. He's pretty quick off the floor. He moves well. He can jump, and I think I'd probably give it to him.
Probably say Sam. He's got such long arms and bounce to go with it, and he can pretty much dunk on anyone. Or Jared. He's really underrated as a big man. He's got a lot of athleticism. Excuse me.
I'd say Jared Berggren. The Penn State dunk pretty much proves it all.
I'm going to go with Jared Berggren, I think, because as you can tell, he's been dunking on a lot of people this year. And that really shows his athleticism.
Does Josh count? He's pretty good at a lot of different sports. When you athlete, Joey's pretty athletic. Jared's a freak. I don't know. It's a good question.
I think we got a lot of good athletes, but I guess I'll say myself.
Zebo, quickest hands.
I would have to say Jared Berggren. He jumps pretty fast, pretty quick, and he gets up pretty high, so I would say Jared Berggren.
That's a tie, I think, between Sam and Shoei. They're both pretty athletic. So.
I give that to Jared just because being that size and being as mobile and like bouncy as he is and being able to handle the ball, like it makes him the best athlete for sure.
I know something about winning championships, and at Zimbrick Buick and GMC, you have one. Zimbrick Buick's tradition of customer care dates back to 1965.
And Zimbrick continues to provide each of our customers with high-quality personal service you can rely on.
I'm part of the Zimbrick Buick and GMC team, and you should be too.
Who needs this modern world? I can live just fine out here without the road rage and boy bands. Of course, I might miss my Charter HD with football on ESPN and Walking Dead on AMC. Just ESPN, AMC, Shark Week on Discovery HD, and Comedy Central HD. But that's it. Except for HBO HD.
Charter now has over 100 HD channels and more brilliant HD shows on demand than ever. Get Charter HD for only $29.99 a month when you bundle.
We are not magicians or superheroes. We have no special powers or magic wands. We cannot pull rabbits out of our hats or make things disappear. We are not magicians, but some days we do perform a little magic. We are the world-class physicians, researchers, and healthcare professionals at the American Family Children's Hospital at the University of Wisconsin. UW Health. Remarkable.
It's crazy to think that 5 years are almost up now. I mean, I can remember coming in here as a freshman, ended up redshirting my first year, and it seems like just yesterday. The time's flown by, but I think a lot of hard work and long hours have gone into it. I think I've just steadily improved throughout my years, just getting better, trying to get stronger physically, improving my body, just learning new things every day in practice. Just trying to get better, working hard every day. During the season and the off season doesn't matter, and had a lot of good times with my teammates, and hopefully we can end on a high note here. Dan Fahey's one guy that's kind of been counting it down since probably like January. I mean, he's been like, we only have 8 home games left or whatever it was at the time. He's kind of been counting it down, but I mean, for us to go through senior night on Sunday was definitely one thing that kind of marks that the end is near. And obviously that was disappointing to come out with a loss then, but we're just happy we have more basketball left to be played.
Shot clock is down to 10. Trey Jackson crossing over, right of the lane, can't get loose. Berggren on the dribble to the line, down the lane, spikes it through, count it, and a foul! A ferocious flush from Jared Berggren.
Are there other accomplishments maybe besides the basketball that you'll take with you and remember 15 years down the line?
Well, I think there's a lot of good experience you go through in college. You learn a lot, obviously, in the classroom. Academically, you learn so much. Socially, there's a lot of things you go through, meeting new people and having some good times. And coming in every morning in the summer, lifting with these guys when, everyone else is at home sleeping and we're in here working hard. And, those are times that just really bring a team close together, and you just form those bonds and those friendships that you'll never forget and you'll kind of cherish for your lifetime.
By Marshall and Newbill, going to Brust, feeds Berggren, spin move, down the lane, right hand slam dunk, count it, and a foul! Jared Berggren with an emphatic dunk and one.
Buzzer sounds on the final game, whenever that is. What do you see for the immediate future?
I mean, I think I've done enough at this point in my career to at least have an opportunity to go play somewhere. I don't know, where I'll end up or who will take me, but I'm just going to finish up my college career as best as possible, and then from there, I mean, you get into the processes with agents and all that stuff that I'll deal with once the season is over, and improve my game as much as possible, try to make a good impression on a team, and just find a place to keep playing, hopefully at whatever level. I take a lot of confidence from seeing a guy, especially like Greg Steemsma, who didn't have a outstanding career here. I mean, he was a good player, but I don't think a lot of people really expected him to be a solid NBA contributor like he is now. I think it definitely gives me hope that there's potential that I can go on and have a similar career path. Basketball has been such a big part of my life for pretty much all of my 22 years here. Since I was a little kid, I remember just loving basketball. So I think whenever it does end in terms of playing, I think I'm definitely going to want to be involved on some level. I don't know what it is, if I want to pursue a coaching career, or maybe it's just coaching my kids someday, or helping out with youth teams or something. I really don't know what'll happen at that time, but I mean, I think to just quit basketball cold turkey is something that I'm really not looking to do.
Your business is at a crossroads. The phone company wants to convince you their outdated T1 and DSL internet can get the job done. But the truth is, Charter Business Internet is over 15 times faster than DSL. So don't settle for phone company status quo. Take the smarter road. Charter Business. Can your business afford not to switch? Call or go online today and get the fastest business internet for the price.
As a strength and conditioning coach to some of Wisconsin's top athletes, people always ask me, what's the secret to top performance? I always tell them that what happens after your workout is just as important as what happens during the workout. My advice? Be sure to refuel with low-fat chocolate milk. It has the perfect mixture of protein, carbs, and electrolytes to help you refuel, rehydrate, and build muscle. In Wisconsin, athletes win with low-fat chocolate milk. And you can too. To learn more, visit winwithchocolatemilk.com.
The buzzer beaters, the high school tournaments, the conference titles, truly the court of champions. Parker Street Productions, LLC has acquired pieces of the basketball court used at the Kohl Center from 1998 until 2008, now making them available to you. 61 teams walked off this court with a trophy. Now you can take home your own trophy, a piece of history. Log on to courtofchampions.com today.
What light does gets in your head. You can't avoid it. You can't escape it. Because what light does weighs on you. Do what light does in the 7.9-ounce Audi 05 Star.
The Badger Sports Report with Bo Ryan is brought to you by Zimbrick Buick GMC, Coca-Cola, Charter Communications, the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board, Adidas, and UW Health, a cornerstone partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
This week's Great Dane Great Question of the Week comes from Ron up in Rhinelander, and an astute Badger basketball fan, apparently. He mentions, Coach, that I understand that everyone in your incoming freshman class is having a good senior season. So you're going to be coming in good years with some teams having some really good years, right?
Well, yeah, no, speaking of people with having bright minds talking about our players and knowing some information, do you know what the Rhinelander mascot is?
Oh, would that be the Hodags?
That
is the Hodags, right?
Hodags.
Yeah.
Boy, you're right on top of that.
Yeah, I'm all over it.
you didn't quick go to your iPhone, right?
Yeah, quick Google. Yeah, we had Jay Williams coming through in the clutch again.
The big thing about the guys playing is that each one of them on their team has a certain, are they scorers? Yes. All five of the guys are definitely guys that their teams count on them for scoring. So they've had good years shooting the ball. Jordan Taylor Hill's prep school won the prep school championship. So it's nice when you can cut the nets down at the end of the year. Riley Deering is still playing up in Minnesota. Of course, when this airs, I'm not exactly sure. But and a couple, two guys from Ohio. They've taken a couple bumps in the tournament, but they had great years, putting up numbers and, doing some really good things as far as stuff in the stats. It's Bronson Koenig is, as we're speaking here, they'll be playing in the state championship game, and boy, he's really done well. You can see by his passing and his scoring, he's a heck of a player, and you see why he was so highly coveted by so many schools.
Yeah, you never hype, guys. You're really good about that. But I think there's reason I know for fans to be interested. I think there's some intrigue with this group. We'll all find out together when they get here. But I know you're not into the hype. But this seems like a class that kind of gets it from what I hear.
Yeah, there's quite a combination. There's a little bit of everything, and they're guys who are used to winning, and so that's always going to be contagious, just like our guys now. You know, the two freshmen that we have are both state champions, Sam and Sam Decker and Zach Showwater. So, you know, it's nice to have those kind of guys in the program, and then they compete with each other really hard every day in practice, and then, you know, the competition level stays up, and then that's how you get better. So, yeah, the future's bright, and I'm really excited about this class.
That's right. Present's not too bad either. The Badger basketball team wrapping up the regular season, getting ready for Big Ten tournament play and beyond. Ron, thanks for your question. The Great Dane with 4 locations in Madison on the east side of town, downtown, Fitchburg, as well as Hilldale. 3 more Coach Ryan radio shows at the Great Dane Hilldale, Monday nights at 7 o'clock, and there's a Great Dane up in Wausau as well. Join us next week as we take a look at the Badgers in the Big Ten tournament in Chicago. Thanks for watching.
Hi, this is Bo Ryan, inviting you to join the Badger Basketball Booster Club. As a member of the Booster Club, you will have the opportunity to participate in a variety of great events, including pregame talks, golf outings, and an away game bus trip. The Boosters have always played a key role in the success of our basketball program. For additional information on joining the club, please call 608-265-6161. There is no better way to show your support for our student athletes than to join the Badger Basketball Boosters.
The Learfield Sports Directors Cup is the crowning achievement in college athletics, awarded annually to the nation's best overall program in each division, both women's and men's sports. Celebrating its 20th anniversary, the Learfield Sports Directors Cup proudly honors exceptional student athletes and their schools. To follow your favorite team, visit thedirectorscup.com. Look for standings regularly in USA Today, or follow the Learfield Sports Directors Cup on Twitter or Facebook. The Learfield Sports Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Where others saw limits, we found a key to feeding a hungry planet. Where others thought big, we proved the power of small. Where others saw a frozen desert, we discovered a lens into the heart of the universe. Since 1848, thinkers and achievers at Wisconsin have fearlessly sought ideas that transform the world. Keep on, Wisconsin. Keep on.